Greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to an almost Halloween edition of Flesh Wound Horror Live. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So, gentlemen, how's it going? We're getting pretty damn close to Halloween.
Yeah. I'm excited for Halloween night. I'm going to see Trick or Treat in the theaters, in D-box seats. So I think that's going to be cool. And this is the first time it's been released in theaters this Halloween season. So going to be cool to see that one on the big screen and not just at home.
Absolutely. I haven't gotten to a lot of the retro screenings yet. I didn't get to see Trick or Treat or anything like that, but
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, I have seen it on the big screen
in 3D,
but not in 3D.
Deadly Death.
I already have two for sure.
Now, what cut is it, by the way?
It's the theatrical cut.
Theatrical, okay.
It's the 3D cut, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the preferred cut of George Romero.
Okay.
They renamed the director's cut because that was not his cut.
All right. Yeah,
it became the extended edition because Anchor Bay marketed it as the director's cut, and he's like, "Whoa! Theatrical is my director's cut." So it became the extended edition.
Yeah, that's always worth checking out again. So I'm gonna try. Trick or Treat. I really want to see that on the big screen. Just getting back from the convention and the meetup, so I haven't gotten to it yet. That and that Pray for the Devil thing, which doesn't look great, but I'm gonna give it a shot. So getting back to the movies.
PG-13 one too, but the trailer looks strong enough. I mean, there's been a couple of decent PG-13 like exorcism movies. Like, isn't The Exorcism of Emily Rose PG-13? Yes, there's also an unrated cut.
Yeah, okay. It's kind of hard to do that. I mean, I guess it depends what you consider disturbing, but
yeah, the trailer looked like it has at least a few scenes that look like they could be a little bit creepy. I mean, with that one old dude like trying to lick her or whatever, like there could be some cool stuff. But yeah, anytime I see PG-13 on something like that, I'm like, I don't know.
We're not getting some cool cross action, if you know what I
mean.
Yeah. Shout out to the chat, Ghost, Jessica, Punisher. Orc was in here. Good to see all you guys.
Howdy.
What's up, everybody?
So, I had a pretty busy week into the weekend at SCAREFEST in Lexington. It was a great weekend. Got to see some good people, some for the first time. Never met Jay in person before, or Christian Hannah Horror. And, it was a good time. As far as the convention itself, prices have gotten insane.
You're also kind of thrifty, dude. Cheap ass.
I spent quite a bit.
No,
I just spent on merch.
Dan drops money at those conventions. Yeah. I'm not even gonna.
But not on guests as much anymore. Like the majority of my money went to Orbit DVD's booth. I got that Gothic Fantastico set early. I almost caught up on the Visual Vengeance stuff. And that was probably my big expense was Orbit DVD, but well worth it. Got Satan's Little Helper early, so all of that was pretty cool. But it was a good weekend.
Y'all have a Last Supper and shit, like guys hang out and eat food.
Yeah,
orgy, burn crosses. What happened?
No orgies to report. I don't know. I wasn't in the room the whole time.
Well, let's save it for our post show in case Dan got.
Oh, that's true.
I'm pretty sure Jess Graham was limping at one point, and I didn't ask any questions, so I don't know what might have happened.
That's because you knew what happened.
But yeah, no, it was a good time. Like I said, the convention itself, great shopping opportunities. They had everything you could imagine. You had the weird crystal people who, I don't know if anybody buys.
Are you being judgy?
Yeah, it's all right. They call Dan the weird hat and shorts guy, so it's all right.
All right.
You had props, you had movies, you had a bootleg section, which is weird because bootleg. I've been going to conventions since about '94, so I've kind of seen. I mean, not that that's the beginning of conventions, but as far as horror conventions, I've seen kind of the evolution over the years. And it used to be, and Todd, I'm sure, can attest to this, bootlegs all over the place.
By me.
Uh,
Yes, there was.
Yeah,
But I've never been to a convention that didn't have at least one bootleg table.
This had a little more than normal. That would, was just kind of, I don't know, felt retro to me at this point.
This just reminded me, I had a bootlegger named Chris. I wonder what the fuck happened to him. Wow. I'm sorry, that just dawned on me. I'm like, I haven't heard from him like in 7-8 years.
The mouse got him.
Uh-oh,
Possibly.
Dad's stirring up shit.
Jessica, I'm an empath. How rude, Dan. See?
That doesn't have anything to do. I don't know what it was just crystals.
Dan, don't be ignorant. See?
No, let's let him dig his hole.
Go ahead.
Spill your truth, Dan.
Please, explain.
I will move on. I don't just say crystals. They might have been rocks and shit. I don't know. But it was really cool. We had a lot more people show up than last year in Louisville. So this is kind of growing at this point. I'll show it off in a bit that I got my item signed by everybody, which at some point going to get you guys to sign it too. Something YouTube friendly, so I don't have to.
I make no promises.
Put like tape over Pug's whatever the hell he writes on it.
Elsa, just showing my love.
So there's a restaurant down there, and I think I sent you guys the picture. It's called Double Dogs, and it is like a burger. I still have it. I'll send it. It's a burger topping.
Well, too bad he didn't send it so we could show the people watching on YouTube.
Send it to you right now if you want, Todd. I don't know how hard that is.
Well,
okay,
it would have been easy if you had already sent it to me.
Well, I don't know, but
explain while sending it though. You had me on hot dog.
So burger, the fixings, and then on the bottom it's a layer of like I think 3 like hot dogs with like chili and cheese. So it's like basically like a goddamn, you feel like a fat son of a bitch when you eat the damn thing.
24/7, bitch, bring that shit on.
It was good. We had some really good Mexican food down there too. That was that was the Last Supper, I believe.
Dan, it's all right. Keep telling your story. Don't worry about it.
There you go, Todd. You got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay. Well, I wasn't trying to.
Good food, good people. Nick at the Lost River Drive-In. Haven't met him before. Got to see him in person. Most of us haven't really met each other much, or maybe just once or twice. But it's not weird at all. You get to know each other so well, particularly during
online relationships are real relationships. So yeah, that's
well. Don't put that in his head, there, Pugs.
It's really him, Todd.
Try to protect him.
Okay.
No, they are
online friendships are real friendships, Dan.
Yes, friendship. I like that friendship one.
There you go.
Makes a difference.
It was a really cool weekend.
Here we go.
There you go.
Good. I think my heart just palpitated.
Where's the hot dog? Oh, it's underneath.
Okay,
so
yes,
it's no bun.
Because we discussed this.
That's good.
You ate it with a knife and fork, right, Dan?
Of course he did.
How the fuck would you not?
Like a man.
You watch me. You watch any of us right here, and we all would not even
have a handful of fucking chili. There's no way you're eating that with your hands.
Yes.
I'll lick my fucking hand after. Like, I'll lick the plate clean.
Not a fucking barbarian. God damn.
Okay, sorry. Lily White Dan.
Although I do that with a scarf. I'm like, I'm not a fucking... Anyway. Before I start getting too crazy. But yeah, I'll even know fucking hands. Fucking head to the plate.
I've never in my entire life ate a burger with anything than my hands.
And I ate every bite, guys. It was awesome. With a fork, but still fucking ate it. What does it matter? Why are you anti-fork?
No, we're not anti-fork. We're just anti-you, Dan.
Anti-fork? God damn. Why do you want chili on your hands? That's gross.
I know, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I'll just lick my fucking hand. You know what, Dan? I'm going to lick your face just to make you uncomfortable.
All right.
You meet a lady later on and you're gonna have some finger.
That's not gonna stop me.
See, Dan needs to come back hard at you with the windmill shit, but he's not.
There is a windmill slasher movie.
Doesn't matter now, Dan. It's too late.
God damn it.
I think your phobia is more weird than my phobia. Because what's a windmill gonna do to you?
Windmills suck.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do anything.
Oh yeah, you know what?
We went over this.
Save the phobia shit for another show because that's the whole thing.
Okay.
Back to the sandwich though. How was the aftermath after eating that monstrosity?
Oh yeah.
That was fine.
You
It was
Felt like it was
Damn,
loosened up by the end of it.
I
right?
would have been fucked up after eating that thing. Like I wouldn't have left the toilet for like 2 weeks.
I think
Other activities made it okay to pass.
Yeah.
Chris at Slasher Home Video, I believe, also ordered one. I'm not sure if he's in the chat yet, but yeah, it was good stuff. It was good stuff, and we didn't get any noise complaints for anything in the room. We watched.
Then you weren't doing it right.
We were lucky. They put at least Jay's room. We were like off in like kind of a corner area, so we kind of. Well, we weren't all in one room, but everybody kind of ended up at Jay's place for the most part. And yeah, it was fun. We watched an Indian action movie that didn't feel like an Indian movie called Decad, which I believe we're going to do a panel review on.
What the fuck are you watching an action movie? It's Halloween time.
Just
go for it.
Just did.
Get the guest out.
This guy.
At least a little more Halloween than that. But no, it was just like Indian John Wick. There was a lot of stuff in it that you wouldn't expect to be in an Indian movie, because if you're unfamiliar, like they'll flash warnings, like if somebody's smoking. It's really stupid, but that's how the censors do it there.
Yeah, India, your culture is stupid. Apparently,
I'm sure the filmmaker would agree.
We're big in there over there, man.
Yeah, but Decad, it's a gem. You'll hear more about it when we do a panel review at some point. But John Wick on bath salts. That's kind of what it was. Just old fashioned hot chick mowing people down with a machine gun, getting revenge. Good movie. I think you guys. In fact. As far as Indian movies go, I would say it's a sure thing. And shout out Piz in the chat. Got to meet Piz as well. If you haven't seen Lorne's video, Piz had a funny moment with Jay, who partied a little hard and overslept. So that was a lot of fun. So yeah, it was a good weekend. Jessica, I know you wanted to come down. Sorry we missed you and Ghost and Big Crack Rock was down there, but we didn't run into him. So
he's too busy hustling, selling those rocks.
There you go. There you go.
Like,
that might explain.
Was Fariza Bulk at Scarefest? He probably would have made a lot of money off of her.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up.
Bulk. She had to be there. I saw her hanging around in some of those photos.
So price-wise, though, Robert Englund charges an extra $40 to do a quote now. It's not good.
It's worth it.
100. I think if you did all of that, it'd be like 150 or something.
He's old, man. He's got to cash out while he can.
He's not the only one though. That's like a standard thing now. A lot of them, I see that like when they send out the things.
Yeah, well, hey,
I've never seen that in person, but like those signing events they do, that's a common occurrence. So it makes sense it's moved on to the conventions.
The only celebrity I met was Alan Troutman because I had that Tarman figure that's out of print. So I got that sign. That's the only celebrity I met. When I was in line, and this is interesting, it might be an awkward thing for you to do, but it did work for this person. There was negotiating the price down. I'll just say it was somebody from Return of the Living Dead 2. And they ended up getting a $40 autograph for $20, which, not to be an asshole, but I think some of them might do better if they lowered that price. 40, I feel like
sacrifice $20 to get rid of an annoying customer like you guys with cheap motherfuckers. They got bills to pay too.
They were the one this person initiated the conversation with the person in front of me. Something like, you're gonna make
so you're not gonna tell a celebrity that lowered the price? I don't think there's a problem with that.
No, I'm not. Well, it's the girl from Return of the Living Dead 2. I guess it doesn't matter.
One.
But yeah, I mean, and I'm looking at it, and of course, I'm thinking. Number one, I didn't do it. I'm thinking like, well, I should be able to get it for $20 too. But I didn't.
Speak up, Dan. You got to use
Like,
your
I
voice.
overheard, bitch.
Like what? Just like you just charged Tim 20. Here's my 20.
Yeah,
I would have been a dickhead. Here's 50. Don't sign this person's stuff.
Why would I have a vendetta against somebody I didn't even know, Bugs? That's fucking.
Dan, you have vendettas against like 100 people you don't even know.
But my point is,
Fuck you, Clint Eastwood.
look, and I appreciate her work. I think she'd make more
But you're
money
not worth
doing
$40.
25.
Nah, no, those women, there's thirsty motherfuckers like y'all there. $40 is cheap for a woman at a convention.
I don't know. But there was nobody that I saw that was less than 40. Anybody that was at the convention can correct me if I'm wrong, but
Convention probably set the fucking bar. Like, no one going to this, so she broke the law. What's her name? Report her ass.
I can't think of her name, but
Which one?
I don't know. What was her name? Marsha something or other. I don't have her name handy, but yeah. I mean,
The one that's
know.
also in Weird Science or the other one?
I don't know off the top of my
God
head.
damn it,
I
Dan.
can't
What do you
remember.
know?
It's cool. The fan got
Like,
their
I have no
autograph.
notes for this. This wasn't a show.
She got a 20. It's all good.
Return of the Living Dead 2, girl.
Did he hang it out his zipper? It's like that's how I gave her 40, but thank you.
But yeah, you if you're bold enough, you can negotiate. If then nobody's at the table, go for it. Another thing, kind of sad to say. Shout out Sean McManus. Kane Hodder looked rough. He's like decreasing in size. How is
What
that
happens
possible?
with age?
Age, dude.
Yeah,
The
but
Texas
I've-
Chainsaw Massacre video game mocap was probably rough on him, dog. He just got done
That's
doing
true.
that not that long ago.
Yeah, he looked kind of rough, but yet Robert Englund looked great. Lance Henriksen had like a big like mountain man beard. 82 years old, by the way.
Fuck, right on, Lance.
Awesome. I need to go back and read.
He's always looked old though.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's one of those actors. You go back to the beginning of his career, he always looked like just an old grizzled dude. But no, good times, good people, and yeah, no, it was awesome. I don't think we'll even do a convention next time. Some people have talked about just doing, I don't know, something, renting like some cabins or some shit, and just maybe making a short horror film. We've always talked about it, so
I encourage this.
it's got to happen. It's got to happen. Slasher movie. You can guess which podcaster's the slasher. I feel like some interactive thing, but yeah, no, it was a great weekend, and check out everybody's video. I think everybody took a video, and I've still got some pictures to post. So
You didn't take any video?
I have to double check if I did. I only have my cell phone, and I'm not great.
Which is what everyone else was probably using.
Oh.
Dan.
Last venting thing. So the Christine car, which is not the car in the movie.
It's a replica.
They put it behind a fucking tent, and you had to pay for photo ops with the Christine car.
Uh-huh.
And goddamn, did they jump on you if you tried to like sneak and just snap a photo?
Damn.
That is the dumbest thing ever. I can't fathom why anybody would pay to get a picture with a car that wasn't even in the movie.
I can.
Yeah, I've
I've seen
happen
it,
other ways.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure somebody did.
The Back to the Future ones are. They've always done it.
Piz
Say
said
it.
he thought it was the one from the film.
I don't know. See, like somebody told me it's not, and it's a replica.
And you just automatically believe that person, Dan?
Well, several people said it was not.
I'm
In
gonna
fact,
look at.
You can check, but
No, I'm gonna see if there's any notes on it.
I mean, I guess if it's the actual prop, but Piz, how much was it? I'm trying to remember, but it wasn't even a cheap photo op.
But how often is it in Lexington? So you got to factor that shit in. Because, like, for me, I've seen several, but I live next to Hollywood, so it's not that big of a fucking deal. I see the Batmobile, I see the Herbie.
Yeah.
I see Jurassic Park Jeeps all the time.
I saw that fucking 2 days ago.
Do you remember a few years ago, Todd, the guy that drove the one around Arizona was actually a murderer?
I don't.
Yeah.
That's
that was the thing.
You got
that's Kruger's movie. Fucking flesh that out, dude.
You got a body in the back of the Batmobile. That's pretty fucked up. I did sneak a photo of the Jeepers Creepers truck though. That one I'm not really sure. And Jonathan said, I guess it's just been mostly replaced. So at one point, I guess you could call it the car.
Yeah, well, that's the argument. Is the Psycho House really the Psycho House still?
Yeah, it's not.
There were different prices: 20 for a photo with the car, 40 if you want to sit inside of it too. I believe the people were really nice to me and Jeremy, though.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't have a problem paying $20 to take a picture of the car. $20 is my maximum for any of this. Like autograph, more than 20, I'm good.
So you're not getting autographs anymore?
Not anymore. Not in 2022. I mean, it has to be someone I really want. Like,
dude,
really.
There weren't really a lot of indie people here, at least as guests. But like I've been to some shows where it is like a scream queen that has been in 2 or 3 movies nobody has seen, and that she'll try and get like $30, $35
because
motherfuckers
are thirsty. That's pretty girls.
They each their own. If you get something out
if
of
she's
that.
been in something nobody's seen, she's got to hustle for that money, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, from
Dan
Entire
just doesn't
Rangers,
like when women
putty
make
number
minute
4.
money, honestly.
Putty number 4 does the fucking circuit, dude. Like,
Can't just yell at her. Started OnlyFans, bitch.
You know I would.
And then I'm gonna yell at you again for starting an OnlyFans.
OnlyFans is bullshit. But anyways, yeah, great weekend. And it's at a convention.
We support
center,
women
so.
working, and
I support OnlyFans.
Yes.
Fucking these hot bitches are making millions of dollars. I wish I could hop on that.
Dan's just mad because no one subscribes to Only Dan's.
Only Dan's is going to go live. I bet you I will get subscribers to that.
I bet you will.
All
these fucking weirdos.
You can get the Only Dan's t-shirt for now at fleshwoundfeatures.com. So
take it down.
Anything else before we move on to our reviews, Dan? Anything else? Anything too hot for the show we can promote to talk about in the post show?
Yes, post show tonight, and apparently Todd's got some spicy content tonight.
So no means no.
This is the ironic, and anybody that I meet in the future at these meetups will be.
Dan doesn't realize he's covering the microphone because he's putting the poster in front of him.
Yell, Dan.
Talk louder.
There you go. This is what I got signed.
All right.
By
nice.
All of the guests.
Yeah, I saw you guys signing in Lauren's video.
That's cool.
Yes, so showing it now because once Pug signs it.
Is it rude if I said you guys should have done the heavyweights poster? That would have been cooler.
Ooh,
right.
That would actually be pretty funny.
See,
that'd be amazing. Shit.
Should have consulted with me.
Why didn't you tell me that ahead of time?
We didn't know you told us when you got back. You took a House of the Dead poster to have everyone sign.
Yeah, but I could have called an audible.
We didn't know you were doing it. I would have gave you some funny options. See, my first one, top of the brain.
Well, next meetup, I'll bring a couple posters. Why not? Sean, I hope Bloom doesn't have an OnlyFans, but he's the kind of douchebag that would. So it would not shock me. All right.
Team Corey.
Movie review time. First one of the night. VHS 99, which I watched with a bunch of the guys at SCAREFest. So that was fun. And in this one, which we'll take segment by segment, witness a hellish vision of 1999 as social isolation, analog technology, and disturbing home videos fuse into a nightmare of found footage savagery. All right, Kruger, I'll let you take the lead here, and like I said, we can go segment by segment. I can't remember which one was when, so I'll lean on you for that.
All right. Do You just put me on the spot here. I need to pull that shit up real quick.
No,
So the army men.
yeah. We have with the first shot with like this guy playing with toy soldiers, and that's kind of the wraparound that we got, even though it's not like a traditional wraparound because it ends up being the fourth segment. But the first segment, shredding, we follow around like basically just these kind of jackass wannabe kids. It seemed like they had almost like their own little like web show before the days of YouTube almost. And the characters, like,
I'll tell you exactly what it was, Kruger, because I know this is before your time. This was a skate video that you'd pick up in any record shop in '99. It nails it.
You watch
perfectly.
It, you fold the shirt and says "fuck you." Yeah.
So
No, I get what you mean. Like, definitely, like the same thing that the Jackass.
Like the CKY stuff. Yeah. Same idea.
Yeah, just stupid stunts and pranks and stuff. And their like big stunt was supposed to be going to this haunted venue where this old all-woman punk band ended up dying in like they ended up dying in like a fire or whatever. And obviously they go there, start fucking around, and paranormal shit starts happening. And we got some decent gore. Granted, I think the characters were annoying as fuck, but then, watching them, and it's kind of like the theme of VHS is, you have these unlikable characters and then you watch bad things happen to them. And that's what we got in this. Some really cool effects. One of the, like, I guess you could call it an undead zombie type creature that had a mohawk. Really, really fucking cool looking. I love that visual. And then the last thing that we got at the end, involving some people playing instruments, really, really cool shot. And I like the first segment quite a bit.
Nice.
I like it too, but it was I don't think it was a big enough impact to kick the VHS 99 off. So I just thought it was okay.
Yeah, the opening shredding, I believe it was, right? The band thing. I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay. A lot of times, your opener in a lot of these movies tends to be the weaker one.
That's supposed to be the second one. Come on. They need to know better.
Sometimes I found it, it wasn't terrible. I mean, it kind of unfolds exactly as you'd expect. And it didn't terribly impress me. 1999, I remember that year well. Just there was a lot going on for me in 1999, and I was terrified of Y2K. I was like the weird kid that wanted to buy a bunker in Montana because I thought the world was going to end.
And now you're the weird adult who still wants a bunker.
Bunker would be awesome, Todd. I'll just be laughing. I'll be like John Goodman down there, minus the assault. All you motherfuckers can just be getting probed, and I'm just gonna be sitting there watching.
Oh, so now we're hiding. Aliens. Okay.
VHS. Well, whatever it is. Aliens.
Probing's going on inside and out that facility,
zombies.
Sir. Right.
Yeah. Well. Anyways, the bunkers are knocking. You know how it works. But anyways, back to the story. The opening was just kind of some okay visuals. It was not a whole lot to it. Didn't kick it off particularly.
Kruger nailed it with the annoying kids. I just want to see them all die right away, and it took. Well, I'm not going to spoil it, but it takes this time.
They could have given me a little more there too. Yeah.
No, I get what you mean. I think the thing I like the most is just the effects and how cool everything was looking, and the way the camera was like distorting in certain sequences too. I thought it looked at least really cool, but I get what you mean. Characters annoying as fuck.
Did you guys think aesthetically they captured the look of 1999?
I think in that skate video, 1000%. Yeah,
those were my classmates back in the day. So
when I think of this era, I wasn't like a skater kid or anything, but Nickelodeon, like some of those game shows, which we'll get into in a bit, like that, I really do think of the 90s, more mid 90s. Oh,
for sure.
But
early 2000s too. It was still
Dude, those shows were like started in the early 90s because I remember those when I was young.
Yeah, that is 90s to me. So,
but Dan, you have to think of this like this is basically 2000.
True.
94 was our mid 90s one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this hits that tail end right there. So it hit the sweet spot. Now with this story, it's funny though, because if this would have been stretched out to feature, Dan would have been like, should have been just a short, which is what we got.
It's just fine. Like
yeah,
I don't hate it. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, underwhelming first segment for you.
Yeah, I was entertained by it. I think it was more. I think the fact that we got that footage first, like, really got me into what we were doing. But we've had better like movies with the same subject, some recently. But yeah, it was fine. Nothing I hated. I mean, I wasn't in love with it. It was a cool start.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't like one of the worst segments, is what I would say. Like, I always look at like all the greats from the past films too when I like end up reviewing these, just because I end up comparing them. But yeah, I've liked it enough. So the second one is Suicide Bed, and in this one, a girl partakes in a claustrophobic hazing ritual for a sorority that soon unleashes the supernatural. So this one, like, it started off a little rocky. Like, obviously the main character, she's like this desperate girl trying to get into the sorority, but she's not very likable at all. And like, you do know something bad's going to happen to her. And, when they end up locking her up in the coffin, though, I will say there was a few scenes in there that, if you're a little bit claustrophobic, it would definitely affect you. I was watching this with somebody that was, and they're like, fuck, I'm like breathing heavy now, especially when like some of this water starts leaking into the casket.
That was the coolest fucking part.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before, so that's
neither
positive.
have I. Yeah. Neither have I. I wasn't crazy about the CGI spiders, but we did get a nice practical creature effect towards the end. It maybe didn't look the best. You could definitely tell, it was like a mask and stuff, but it reminded me of something that you would get out of like a Creepshow short. So it had a charm to it. And what ends up happening to the sorority and the other characters, the way it ties all into the end, I just thought it was good stuff. And I liked it. I liked it quite a bit, a little bit more than the first segment.
From Johan Roberts, who did 47 Meters Down, so definitely has a I like this one a lot, actually. There's being buried alive like that, and then the flooding and everything. I thought this was very effective, and who doesn't want to see bullies like that get fucked up horribly? I dug it. How about you, Pugs?
This did pick it up for me from the last segment. I still wasn't in love with it, but once the flooding and dripping started happening, I was like, now we're getting somewhere. Now I'm in. And from then on, I thought it was pretty cool. So yeah, we're going somewhere. I will just show my hand now. The next ones are fucking hard. So
yeah, you want that progressive build. Like I said, the first one's kind of throwaway, but having that progressive build, I will say, devastated that Timo Jahanto, who is the director of Macabre and the May the Devil Take You trilogy, he had the best segments of all time in VHS, in 2, the Indonesian cult
Safe
one.
Haven?
Safe Haven, yeah, probably the best story, I think, in any
and then
VHS.
the robot one in 94 was great too.
Which was wild. Like, Timo is the king of this franchise.
Oh, for sure.
When I saw he didn't have one, I understand bringing in new blood, and I mean, his segments were always so complex too, but and visually just awesome. I hope he returns when we get something else.
I don't think he's
he's not. They already announced everybody for 85, but hopefully for the next one. But I like what
is 85
what else?
The show, or is it another movie?
No, it's another movie.
Yeah. Oh shit! Okay.
Don't you guys think? I know it might be. Well, shit, you really can. I was about to say, like, go back further, but
they could, if they're jumping around the timeline, it doesn't matter, because we had 94, we had 99, now we're having 85. They can, they could go back to like 78 when the video cameras are a little, different. But they could do it.
I actually have a pitch for a story that I'd love to do, but I'm not going to put it out there into the world.
SCAREFEST 2023, film it.
You wouldn't be able to. This would require a
There we
building.
go. More reasons why we can't get creative.
Now that we don't have a building.
Corporate building. I'll just put it that way. But it would be pretty cool, I think. So we all need to make one.
Todd, what about you? What did you think?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but the ones coming up are
yeah. Nah, I get it.
so.
All right, so next we have Ozzy's Dungeon, and in this one, a sleazy TV show host is forced to endure a brutal obstacle gauntlet inspired by his own show, which caused the permanent disfigurement of a former contestant. This was the shit. I fucking love. Just like I remember waking up early in the morning watching Nickelodeon, I forget what the fuck the show was on.
Double Dare and
yeah.
Legends of the Hidden Temples.
That's the one, Legends of the Hidden Temple. That's the one I always used to watch, and this captured that so well. Also, the game show host, if you're a video game guy, that's Trevor from GTA. So it was kind of funny just seeing him on there because he does look like his character a little bit. I'm pretty sure the character is modeled after him, but that was a little bit weird. But he was great. Like I loved how sinister but excited his facial expressions were as he was doing the game show, and just he showed that poor little girl absolute no mercy. So then watching him have to go through this crazy obstacle course was awesome, especially because of the mother. The mother, I thought, stole the show. Just her dialogue and the way she was so unhinged. Fuck, man. She was awesome. And one of my favorite characters, I think, out of any VHS segment that we've gotten. Just she acted her ass off. The thing with the raw turkey, too, that was pretty fucking disgusting. And the way the episode brings it home, I'm not going to say anything because, you need to see it for yourself. But holy shit, I was not expecting that at all. And there was some crazy, crazy, crazy shit that we saw on screen and some really cool effects that I can't wait to talk about in spoilers. So this is one of my favorites. When I look back at all of VHS, this is one of the best I think we've ever gotten. And I loved it.
Pugs, how about you? Oh, I'll go.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, this is 1999 to me. Because, I wasn't the biggest cartoon kid. It was always horror movies and pro wrestling, but I did watch Legends of the Hidden Temple and the competition stuff, which I always thought was really cool. Correct me if I'm wrong, but does Nickelodeon even do anything like that anymore?
I don't think so.
I know they brought back Temple.
Okay, well,
I don't know if it's still that.
Look, they grew up, now they watch American Ninja Warrior, so whatever.
That really made me feel like the time period. So I thought they did a good job with that. When I think 99, that's really one of the first things that comes into my mind, aside from, music and what have you.
Now I want American Gladiators in 85.
Dude, I saw some random article. I loved American Gladiators.
Right?
It was catching up with them. Some of the God, it's depressing.
It's like looking at a bunch of old pro wrestlers.
No, it's like they deflated. I'll just put it that way.
Well,
looking like a bunch of pro wrestlers.
just like they got warped in a microwave. It was.
Dude, have you seen Hulk Hogan?
Have you seen Lex Luger?
Oh my
well, Luger's a little.
He's sick.
Dude, he's like a side of. He's almost Val Kilmer status, dude.
It's just like you left
Fuck
your
him, he
TV.
killed Elizabeth.
Ooh.
Allegedly.
It's like you left your TV dinner in the microwave a minute too long, sort of look.
Jesus
but
Christ.
No, I thought you had to do a soup joke. Would have been more appropriate.
I loved American Gladiators. Holy shit.
It's a good time.
That was a little bit earlier than that, I guess. But God damn, I loved American Gladiators. So, now I'm sad.
But for me, yeah, it works for me because I did watch the show before. I mean, this isn't exclusively 99, but they nail it so well. Yeah, it's just such a good one. I don't know now. Yeah, this one.
And it gets it extreme, at one point it gets pretty extreme, and I felt like I was watching it doesn't get to the point of August Underground, but there's certain themes going on in there that reminded me of that, and I'm like, wow, they're really going for it in this, and then just have that 180 turn at the end. God damn, so fun.
Ben Grimm says WWE is supposed to bring back American Gladiators. They announced it last year. Huh.
No, that'd be
Probably
interesting.
for Peacock.
We're all
That's
super
cool.
excited. Can you tell?
I am.
Depends.
All the people who don't make it in NXT, they're sending them down to Gladiators.
That's what it is. Have the Rock host. Yeah, perfect.
A lot of the guys are smaller now, but I mean, if you really want to go hardcore, like have Omos or like he's not much of a wrestler.
Who said they have to test them? Just the wrestlers.
I just want to see Omos just eating these like fucking people. Like that'd be awesome.
Are we gonna do that stupid? Oh, what was the Shane McMahon gimmick?
Underground.
Yeah.
Stole the name. Yeah.
Cocksuckers. All right, sorry. Next segment, Kruger. Sidetracked.
Before we move on,
it was fine. I like the black girl. We can move on.
Before we do, though, Ozzy's Dungeon was everybody's favorite that watched it in the hotel room. I think pretty much everybody.
It's not my favorite, just so we're clear.
Okay,
it's great, but this is where the movie kicks off for me. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because in the next one, in Gawker's Voyeur, and this is the segment that ties in all the stupid little army things we get that serves, I guess, as our wraparound. In Gawker's voyeuristic teenagers unearth the horrifying truth behind the girl next door. Man, I wanted to like this one, there was like little things I liked because of how like sleazy the kids were and stuff. But we got some god awful fucking CGI at the end of this thing, and something I was not a fan of with what we got with it. I have to dance around stuff to not spoil anything, but yeah, I didn't like this segment at all. It's probably my least favorite segment in a VHS movie since probably Viral. I did not like it.
This is the cousin to one of the best VHS segments ever. I'm shocked.
Yeah, but it kind of felt like a bullshit ripoff of it, and you can't top the segment that they're.
I don't fault them for trying, but I get the CGI part because but I was already playing with house money at that point. I'm like, you guys have the balls to do this? Cool, I'm in. I thought it was fantastic. These little kids felt like little 90s kids. And I don't want to say what they're doing, but I think we've all been there or tried to be there at a certain point at that age.
You can say peeping. That's not a
okay. Yeah, they were trying to take a look, and I don't blame them. Attractive neighbor, but like I thought it was pretty fucking strong. I will give you the -2 points for bad CG.
This one was solid. It's kind of middle of the road. I like the sleazy vibe. I think they could have pushed that a little bit further, but kind of it was authentic. You can't. I'll say like kudos for doing it because you really can't do a lot of that anymore without people bitching, which is probably why they didn't go as gratuitous with it as I think they should have. But
those boys were not 18, Dan, so they you gotta be careful how you film that shit.
Yeah, but they're not in the frame when they're shooting the girl or anything. So
well, shocker. I did really enjoy this one. It was like a twisted American Pie.
Fucking young Todd. That is 100%. Todd's probably got like a file on his computer of like just random like perv shit he filmed of his neighbors when he was like
Caesar, 12. You know her?
I will not talk about my neighbors on this public show.
Todd blamed Caesar. Just Caesar, hold these videotapes.
So yeah, but it was my favorite of this one.
No shit, Todd.
Right,
No shit.
Aussies was right there. It was but I didn't think it would surprise anyone. This was going to be my favorite.
All right, well, we're down to the last one, and in this one, To Hell and Back, 2 filmmakers asked to document a summoning ritual on the eve of Y2K are accidentally transported to a hellish dimension where a tormented soul guides them in escaping its demonic inhabitants. Man, all hail Mabel the Skullbiter. That is one of the coolest fucking characters we have ever gotten. She basically plays like Hell's Golem almost, but it's way more badass. And oh my god, I love that fucking character. This was made by the guys who made Deadstream, which is one that I didn't necessarily gel with too well. But goddamn, I love this fucking segment. Probably one of my favorite segment in the movie. One of my favorites of VHS of all time. The shooting location they got for Hell just looks so fucking badass. I don't know where the hell they shot that, but goddamn, it was just sick as hell. And behind every corner of this like weird rocky structure, there's a different demon popping out that in practical glory that looked amazing.
Yeah, sometimes it's so brief, but it's like, oh my fucking god, I wanted to rewind it.
You see the one shot in the trailer of this demon like opening its wings and stuff, and it was just like such a classic practical effect. It looks so badass. And Gukuban, that motherfucker looked really sick too. Just everything about this segment is what VHS should be. I'm glad that VHS finally went to Hell. At this point, we're how many movies in? This is number 5. Why not go to Hell? Now we need to go to space next. And
there we go.
Let's just keep with the gimmicks, man, because this definitely proved that, like, even if you take it out of a traditional found footage setting, you could still do pretty cool shit. I mean, they were it was like almost a live action Doom at times. I loved it.
Yeah, I think this is also a distant cousin from one of the best segments we've ever got. Instead of them coming here, we go there. There's a certain shot behind the mountains where there's a big old fucking thing, I'll just say. Mm-hmm. I was so happy. That was cool as fuck. These little monsters things we get, rad, they're fucking fleshy toned. This whole thing just vibed with me. I want to go there on vacation. So I thought it was cool.
You figure, I mean, the budget can't be much, and how hard that is, like, to create Hell on a budget. I think they did a really nice job. I love Deadstream. I had a blast with Deadstream. So these Joseph and Vanessa Winter, I kind of wonder what they could do with money, because as far as like set design,
let's find out.
Yeah.
Ben Grimm says Mabel was the girl from Deadstream too.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, she was really cool. And I mean, this was obviously the closer because it's the most epic segment in there. I will say, just as a whole with VHS 99, I don't think this was by far the scariest entry in the franchise. I think if you're looking for scares, some of the stuff that came before, again, Timo Jahanto's stuff. Safe Haven is king for me.
Me too.
I don't think it's scary though.
Oh, it's pretty
Safe
terrifying.
Haven?
Yeah, Safe Haven's spooky.
I don't know. I'm not good at judging that. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I think it's gory and violent, but I never got the scary part.
The dread is there with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's suspenseful.
Yeah, this as a whole.
It's been a while since you've seen it, probably.
This one tilted a little bit more towards the humorous side at times for certain things. That's not a bad thing. I only dislike one VHS movie, and that says something.
Viral?
It's a pretty solid. Yeah,
that's the one. Even though with Viral, there's one segment that it's so batshit that I like it.
You like
the one with
skater
the
skaters,
one, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No. Fuck yeah.
That had its moments. It just didn't fully come together.
Right, so the question is, what would you rate it as a whole?
Well, as a whole, for me, I'm a 4 out of 5, even though it has probably 2 of my favorite segments in a while, at least top, 5 or so. So, 4 out of 5 for me. I wish that I would have liked the Girl Next Door segment a little bit more, but other than that, I enjoyed all the segments. So,
I know. Well, I'm with Todd with Gawker being my favorite of the evening, even though we went to Hell, but. They can combine at some point. I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5. Had a good time.
So boobs over Hell, I guess.
Yeah.
I go 3.5.
One of them's real, and even if they're not, they're still.
We can.
That is
valid,
one.
sir.
Either one is real in that case, Todd. Pro wrestling's more real.
I'm with Pugs. I'm a 3.5 too. I'm not even gonna. You're right, Dad. Try to keep the pace now. All right. So what do we have next?
All right. Next up
Is
we
Slayer.
have
Slayer! You gotta say it right. They like the fucking band.
No, you don't.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be alone in this one then.
Oh, you motherfucker.
All right, so Slayers, followed by director K. Asher Levin. A group of superstar influencers are drawn to a reclusive billionaire's mansion, only to find themselves trapped in the lair of an evil vampire. The only way out is to be saved by a famous online gamer and an old school vampire hunter. Goddamn. Yeah, I'm sure all of you watched this.
Thomas
exactly
Jane.
What I would think.
Thomas Jane deserves so much better than this fucking bullshit.
He deserved a better fake beard.
Dude, it was falling off throughout the whole fucking movie. What the fuck?
I think even Thomas Jane's like, nah, not gonna grow it out for this piece of shit. Just give me a fake beard, we're good. This is just all right. So number one, I get it. We're following these influencers and everything. They killed any little bit of excitement with the action scenes by cutting to the goddamn memes and the social media montages over and over, and then we get the humans vampire scorecard. I'm like, let me follow the action scenes here, guys. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
The music is terrible. The characters are annoying, and yes, I get it. They're supposed to be to a certain degree, but
this is on another level, bro.
This is bad. I mean, I love Thomas Jane. I think Thomas Jane. Well, I don't know if anybody watched Hung, but Thomas Jane is hilarious. He's a great actor.
I knew this was going to make Dan sad.
The Expanse. He was great on The Expanse, a really good sci-fi show.
The only good thing about The Predator. So.
Oh, he stole the show. He and
Michael Key.
Yeah. Stole the show in that. I would.
We're not talking about the other one, Pugs.
This is 2022 all the way. It's a 2022 streaming service abortion. It is awful. The opening montage, the history of vampires. They made like Hitler, a vampire. Billy the Kid was a slayer. That bit was kind of cool.
The effect with them drawing the fangs over them pissed me off every single fucking time. I'm like, are you kidding me?
There's nothing worse than a movie like this that thinks it's being clever. I mean, and then just the constant flashing to the social media bullshit. Just even. I'm not saying I would have loved this movie, but let me see a goddamn action scene at some point without cutting to that goddamn bullshit.
I bet you miss Day Shift right about now, don't you, Dan?
Dude, like that, they knew how to film some action scenes in Day Shift, but they kill any little piece that there is to like about this movie. It's awful. I hate it. I can't imagine. Maybe there's an audience. They keep making this shit, but I sure don't hear from anybody that likes this sort of stuff.
TikTokers.
But maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's an audience, but what do you guys think?
Kruger?
I mean, I think you said everything that needed to be said. The dialogue's annoying as fuck. Insufferable ass characters. Poor Thomas Jane just looks tired. He looks so tired. Like, I feel so bad for him that he had to fucking put up with this bullshit. Like, imagine him watching this back and just like, last year I had like this awesome school shooter movie to do, and now look what the fuck I'm doing now. Like, I hated this fucking thing. Like, as within the first minute, I already knew I was in for a really, really rough ride. And you already brought up all the overlay with the social media shit. It was so annoying. And I hated it. And the vampires look awful too. Like there's a scene where somebody has this stupid little claw on their fucking hand. It looked like a goddamn finger puppet. It was so fucking cheesy. I mean, I'm sure that's what they were going for, but it didn't make for an easy watch for me at all.
Did you laugh one time?
No. And that's the thing I wanted to say is like they tried to go with this like almost slapstick comedy, and it doesn't work at all. You don't laugh. If somebody did, more power to you. You have maybe a better sense of humor than I do, but this just felt like watching one of my favorite actors get put through a fucking meat grinder for an hour and a half, and I was not a fan. Probably one of my least favorite movies I've seen all year, and probably going to be one of my lowest ratings all year too.
I don't know. House of Darkness is hard to top.
See, I actually didn't mind that one.
Yeah,
so.
that's
was I on that for that?
Yeah, that's the one where pussy makes you do stupid shit. I mean, it was very accurate, honestly. It
just felt like
that was the Justin Long one.
Yeah, it just felt like a continuation of his barbarian character.
But I like that he went to that over Halloween Ends. I'm just going to say that right now.
I mean,
dude, you can't take it back, Dan. You already said it.
I'm not taking it back.
Double down. It's fine.
It's not my worst movie of the year by far.
And I knew Dan was gonna hate it because it's social media bullshit. Because this movie, I don't hate it like everybody here apparently, but I don't like it. I'm Todd. I'm fairly certain you don't like it either. I don't think it's that great, but I do see like the modern day, updated version. Don't yell at me, guys. But James Wood did a vampire movie. This is probably someone's fucking younger than we are. Their version of that, because they're into the TikTok, the Snapchat, the Instagram, all that modern day bullshit. I felt my age watching this movie, so I really can't tell if it's good or not. I know I didn't like it. Does it look good on screen? Is it pretty? It seems well put together. Would I watch it again? Probably not. Would I recommend it to someone under 15 if I'm talking to a person? Yeah, I would say give it a shot. See if you like vampires. It's not as offensive as you guys made it out to be. I don't think. And also Little Miss Sunshine. Shout out.
I don't think John Carpenter's Vampires is a horror classic by any means, but it is fun.
I don't think you get
the. But
I don't think those
we were the right
exist.
age.
I don't think they exist. That's fucked up. I don't think even these TikTok
if it happened, Kanye West
will remember. Are gonna remember this in 2 weeks,
dude. I think they will. Not everybody, but someone out there, they're gonna dig it.
I always say this, like, if you think we're full of shit, please tell us we're full of shit in the comments. I don't think this one's got any audience. I don't think
our audience reaches that age, sir, but by all means, chime in.
If you have, like, no attention span, this is perfect for you.
But what's there? What if you have no attention span, I don't see how you're going to follow the damn thing. It's nothing.
It's not hard to follow. Simple.
I was talking about in the chat. There was one movie this week that I hated. Would you be surprised? No, it wasn't this one.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. Not thinking about it.
Well, you don't need to be surprised. I fucking hate it.
Okay.
Good. All right.
I was like, I find something good to say about pretty much every movie I watch. I feel like Dan felt watching American Carnage.
Which was American Carnage?
That's the one with Jenny Ortega. Which is very aimed at youth.
That's better than this. It's
better. I like that one. So this is like that's what I'm saying. Like looking through your eyes, I'm sure that's what you saw for this one. So yeah, it's garbage. I can't recommend it to anyone. Even like, well, I don't talk to people that young.
That's why I said if.
Like, yeah, and no one in the chat's gonna like this one.
I'm glad that you brought up Thomas Jane's beard though, because I was literally thinking that through the whole movie. It's in my notes, and I was like, I hope I'm not like I hope I'm not the only asshole ragging on his horrible fake beard in this movie. But god damn, that shit.
No, it was like on the
it was half coming off.
Yeah, it's like we need to fix it, and he's like, "Fuck off!"
Yeah.
Like, shoot it. I gotta make it to the bar. Not to make Thomas Jane an alcoholic. I like him, but he had to notice.
Well, he probably was after making this.
He just always deserves so much better. I mean, occasionally that Die Hard school flick that he did was surprisingly good. I know not a lot of people really got to see that because it was on a controversial streaming thing that Now, I will say about it, it's just
where they actually believe the bullshit I said earlier. There you go, Dan.
It was that was actually a pretty good action movie. And it's just a pickup. So if you get a chance to see it, it's worth it.
It's fairly violent. That's why I liked it. I was shocked how like much blood and violence there is. So you don't get that like I've seen like a school shooter movie that, you know, kept that like really low not that long ago, and then watching that was like a breath of fresh air because I think it should show all the
Dead Ones. That was like one of your first reviews, wasn't it?
No, he hated Dead Ones.
I hated it, but yeah, I think that may have been the one but that was weird because that had the weird paranormal thing going on too.
Yeah, that was Dead Ones.
Yeah, that one was good, and I love Thomas Jane from just like, you know, he was my Punisher, you know, growing up. So fucking, I used to watch that movie on repeat all the time. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies.
I love the fight scene with Nash.
With Kevin Nash. Oh, it's so great, dude.
He actually got stabbed in that, and I think he talked about it on his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty funny story.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So where do we rate this one? Okay, Pugs messaged me. Dan's gonna give it a 1. I think you're high.
No, not yet. I haven't taken edible.
That would
Dan, what is your rating?
That would be 1 too many. This is a fucking 0. There's too many good horror movies.
I'm going to give him the 1 then.
Even fun, bad horror movies that you could be watching. This is a 0.
That's my problem. It was bad, but without the fun. And we all know I like bad shit.
You watch our show, we all like bad shit, but this is, I don't know. And if you liked it, like I said, please speak up in the comments.
I have to give it a 0 too. I mean, I was thinking maybe half star for Thomas Jane, but he knew he deserved better. You could tell in this fucking movie. So 0 for me too.
God, this is all Winnie the Pooh's fault for getting delayed. We had to watch this bullshit.
Pugs?
Oh, I gave it a 1 star.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, what do we have coming up next?
All right, next up on the docket is Terror Train, the 2022 remake, which
Tubi remake streaming now on Tubi.
I think we reacted to the trailer a while ago.
I don't remember. Did.
Yep, I put it up on there.
All right.
So let's see. This is from director Felipe Gagnon, and it follows a college student as she boards a party train for Halloween and ends up fighting for her life when the mysterious assailant begins killing people one by one. So I watched the original Terror Train not too long ago, I think when Joe Bob did it. And
last year.
Terror Train's not holy ground. It has its moments, but honestly, if you want to remake Terror Train, whatever. I'm not, freaking out about that. You could potentially make a better version of Terror Train. You could. This doesn't. So it's very close to the original. I'm not going to say shot by shot, but it unfolds up until the last 10 or 15 minutes, more or less exactly like the original does. And so, well, actually, before I get into that, there is another remake. Technically, it is Train with Thora Birch, which started out as a Terror Train remake. Now that one kind of does its own thing, and I won't say it's a great movie, but if you want gore, Train with Thora Birch brings the gore. Yeah,
it's on Tubi also. I actually rewatched the original.
Yeah.
Actually, all 3 are on Tubi because I watched the original and then I watched the Train and then I watched the actual remake.
Supposedly, there's an uncut.
There is.
Or there was, there's an uncut version of it. I don't know if you can find it. Todd might have to let me know where I can find that because I'm curious.
It's overseas. It's probably out of print now, but
okay. Well, Train I do recommend with Thora Birch if you just want a gory movie night.
It's like a Hostel on a train, basically.
I remember seeing it like on one of those like disturbing films list, and that's why I ended up watching it a while back.
Yeah, I recommend that one. This one. It's terrible. I mean, it switches to the Halloween holiday over New Year's, and that's all well and good. Beyond that, it's just so close to the original, and the twist that they do this time, you still see it coming a mile away. It rips off another popular horror film. I didn't like the characters. The kills are just all blah. I mean, it doesn't, not going to satisfy the gore hound. There's no suspense. The original was like shot in a train car at the very least. They did a decent job of making you feel like we were actually on a train. Here, you just never get that feel. Like we're just in a room somewhere, and it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't work. I was a little disappointed. A lot of people hated the Slumber Party Massacre remake, and I can understand with
I remember we liked that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I liked it. It didn't have the sleaze, and it's nowhere near the
Doesn't
original.
matter, Chad. He likes it.
But I enjoyed the original well enough. This is pointless. Just watch the original movie. There's no reason I can think of that you need to see Terror Train. It's the same movie up until the very end, and
at least you get a known magician in the other one. Couldn't get like fucking, I don't know, mind freak bullshit.
Do we have like a B movie level magician at this point that they could have gotten in here?
Pretty much all magicians are B level at this point.
I mean, Copperfield.
What's his name? David Blaine.
There you
go.
go.
I don't know if Tubi can afford Blaine. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It was pointless to me, but how about you guys?
I gave this one it's shot right away because I didn't want to watch the original Terror Train before. So I was like, I'm going into this pretty optimistic, and I don't want to have that taint my view on the movie. And unfortunately, yeah, it does everything the original does, but just with less charm, I guess. And the kills are lackluster, like the kills in the original are way better. And there's some CGI blood splatter in here that looks like shit. And a lot of just bodies that they just like threw blood on and didn't even have cuts on where somebody was getting stabbed. So it just looked cheap. The masks were pretty lame too. Like I thought there was something creepy about the 3 masks the slasher wears in the original Terror Train, and this one just looks like some random Halloween store mask. So I mean, I don't know, maybe this will bring more people to the original film, but it's not worth checking out. I just say watch the original because it's just a way better slasher, and it has Jamie Lee Curtis in it. Nobody in this cast is going to live up to her. So
damn it, I was gonna joke and say this was better than the original, but you did mention Jamie Lee Curtis, so I can't now. Yeah, this movie kind of sucks. I don't think I was offended at anything. I don't think I wasted too much of my time, but if I'm gonna watch one of these, I'm gonna watch the original. Hopefully it brings new eyes, but yeah, I did not like the cast, and I think that's a big part of it. Like I don't like the main lead. Like I don't care if she lives or dies. Fuck this bitch. So
I had nobody to root for, and it was all just too close. The prank was the same.
It was pointless. That's the problem with this movie. It was a shitty version of the original. I mean, I don't see anyone out there I think this is one that could actually damage the original because people will watch this and then watch the original and start it. It's the same fucking thing and not care. I think this one's actually more harmful than some of the other remakes.
Yeah, maybe they could have. Like I said, they could have called an audible. I don't know. Maybe kill who you think the main character is going to be. There's a lot of things you could have done. I just don't know why they stayed so close.
The track record for these Tubi slashers is not good.
This kind of felt almost like Gus Van Sant's Psycho. It's like a why. Yeah, why are we doing this?
That's like the closest thing remake wise.
Yeah. If I were,
but I don't think that film damages the original.
It's almost impossible to damage that one.
This is true.
Yeah. This could, I suppose, dissuade somebody from watching.
If I saw this and didn't watch the original, I'm like, I'm not even bothering.
Terror Train's not.
Knowing you, Todd, that is not true.
I'd still watch it, but I probably wouldn't.
There you go.
Terror Train is fine. It's not great.
It's not. The only reason it's still like around the way it is because of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, I agree.
If it was someone else, it'd just be one of those slashers that there's a following, but it wouldn't be top tier.
Yeah,
I like it, but it's not like royalty or anything like that.
Stick with Train with Thora Birch. You'll get your gore fix if nothing else. So
watch the original and that remake.
Yes, I want to go ahead and rate this one.
Not really, but we will. Kruger.
I was tossed up between a 1 and a 1.5. I'll give it a 1.5, I guess.
I don't know. You can count me in with 1.5.
I am a 1.
I am a 0. This was so pointless. It fucking annoys me. Like I said, I feel like it damages the original or has the potential to. So that's the first time I've ever given out 2 zeros on one show.
Yeah, we had some turds this week, didn't we?
What do we have next?
Let's see if we break the turd streak here with Gaspar Noé's Lux Eterna, which follows 2 actresses, Beatrice Dahl and Charlotte Gainsbourg, are on a film set telling stories about witches. But that's not all. Lux Eterna is also an essay on cinema, the love of film, and on-set hysterics. So did anybody just start having like a fucking
seizure?
Oh yeah, you're light sensitive, Dan. Did you?
Oh. I'm not really, but this probably made me light sensitive.
No, you've complained about that before.
Yeah, I mean, with this, it was rough. Like those scenes,
I was stoned as fuck, enjoying the hell out of it.
I was like afraid to look at the screen too long because I thought I was gonna have a seizure.
What's the term for old school 3D? Like analgraph? Is that
anagraph 3D?
Anagraph, yeah. That's what it was making me feel. I was like, I'm just getting a headache looking at this. It's 52 minutes, I believe, so it's not long. The opening dialogue
15 minutes are giving me your stroke.
Yeah, you're stroking out. Beatrice Dahl and Charlotte, their dialogue at the beginning was kind of interesting. If you're a diehard fan, a lot of you will remember Beatrice Dahl from Inside the original. She's amazing. That part, their dialogue back and forth about being an actress and working in film, that was compelling enough. There's some subtle references. I'm spacing on the film right now. It was the Abel Ferrara film with I think Beatrice slapped some taxi person and couldn't work in the US for a while.
No, really?
Some subtle references to movies like that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love this. I won't watch it again. It's interesting. I get the messaging that they're going for, but when you have 10 minutes roughly, maybe a little more, of a movie that you can't even look directly at, it's what can I say? It wasn't pleasant to watch. Interesting, not
definition of
good.
an art house film.
Yeah.
Well, I love a lot of
but this is art house to be art house.
I like some pretentious shit. I'll say it.
Oh, really? This is the first I've heard of this.
I didn't watch this. Yeah. So.
Breaking news, guys.
Anyways, a lot of dialogue heavy scenes, but I did like the opening we got with it was made to look like an old black and white film with these witches being burned. That was really cool. But then we got into the characters we're following, and it was, like I said, a lot of dialogue heavy stuff. It was kind of cool to just see the production, the chaos of filming something on set and how ridiculous shit can get. Also, the thing going on with the main actress we're following with her daughter, that was pretty fucking disturbing, to be honest with you. I was curious to see how that was going to play out, but obviously we didn't have enough time. It did bring it home with, some nice, cool visual effects. I love shit like that with the strobe lights and everything, and it was visually pleasing. But then, that's how the movie ended. And, Gaspar Noé is definitely one of my favorite directors. I'm always going to watch anything he puts out. But I haven't really been a fan of his last couple of things. This, and I know everybody loves Climax, but I didn't really gel well with that one. I
still haven't seen
it. I like some of his earlier stuff, but again, he made The Irreversible and Enter the Void. So I'm going to watch anything he does.
I like his early stuff more than his recent stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, he's a great filmmaker. This is very intentionally what he wanted it to be. It's not like he dropped the ball or anything.
He
It's
made what
just,
he wanted.
yeah, yeah,
And it may not be for everyone.
yeah.
He has another one coming out. I forgot what it's
I
called.
think it's another short, isn't it?
No, it's long. It's a really
Okay.
long film, and it's starring, I believe, Dario Argento.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Are we talking about Vortex?
Yes,
That's already that's out.
I thought it wasn't out yet.
It's out overseas, but
Well,
Yeah, this was too. This was done.
Yeah, this came out in 2019.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll rush on that Vortex. That's the one thought we were gonna watch.
yeah, no, sorry.
No, that's fine. I knew beforehand. Like I wasn't like, where's Argento the whole time? I knew.
I liked it though. I thought this was cool. I do not want to be on this set though, because that is too chaotic for me. Although it looks like they were trying to film like an updated version of Haxon, so I may be into it. But yeah, it opens up really strong, and then just the chaos and just anxiety I felt going through this whole fucking 40 plus minutes until we get to the fucking rave, which I also had fun with. This was just cool, in and out, not offensive, and I want to see more from Beatrice. I fucking love that bitch. So,
well, I did enjoy it, and even though I had a fucking I was afraid I was going to stroke out. That was just meant other things affecting me, getting a little paranoid. But yeah, I'm with Dan though. It's a one-time watch, but I was interested in it. I like filmmaking stuff, and I think it's one of those to say like you should watch it once to experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an experience movie. That's a good way to put it.
Would none of you walk off that fucking set though? That was way too chaotic. You got.
I feel bad for the cameraman. I was like,
he was part of the fucking problem.
I don't know that I could take like a Hollywood set like that. Like, obviously I never did anything that big, and
First off, that wouldn't take place in Hollywood. We do not. LA people do not tolerate that. That is a foreign set.
Yeah.
But dealing with those big
and they would have immediately walked out. They were like, "Yeah, fix this shit. We're out." But what would you guys rate it?
Even though I didn't love this movie, it's still I'd still give it a 3.
I'm actually exactly on par with that. I'm gonna give it a 3 also.
Yeah.
I think more close to like a 2.5.
Okay.
I'm a 3.5.
All right.
Out of 5.
Cool.
There we go.
Lux Eterna. Now moving on to our
final film, Old People.
Final film of the evening. Yes, Old People. So Old People is a Netflix film from the makers of Blood Red Sky, which we tackled. That was like an early, I think, pandemic watch for us, if I remember right.
I miss those days.
Well, that's fucked up. From director Andy Fetzger, and this one follows a woman who travels home with their 2 kids for her sister's wedding, but finds herself defending her family against blood-seeking pensioners. So, I guess we would call this really, I guess, technically a possession movie, but zombie-esque. I guess.
Yeah. Crazies, kind of.
Yeah.
Rage.
What did you think, Kruger?
Well, I had heard a lot about this one going in. That's why I brought it up and wanted to watch it on the show. Right away, I was surprised with the characters we got because I just thought they were all relatable. If you've ever grown up in a divorced family, there's some situations that play out throughout the movie that felt very authentic. And the setting of where these old folks are living, it's fucking filthy and disgusting and run down, and it just looks so fucking depressing. And you could tell like the staff isn't taking great care of them either, and they're probably not the nicest people. So when we do start to see these old people turn into these crazy bastards and start destroying a couple of these dickheads in brutal ways, I was really into the movie, and I was surprised how creepy and disgusting these old people got too. Like, they're puking on people, and just, a lot of them are really filthy. And the amount of violence and pain these ancient fucks inflict on some people was pretty intense. We got some brutal stabbing scenes and some bludgeoning scenes too that didn't skip out on the blood, even though you can tell, and there's some noticeable CGI and stuff. I do wish there was a little bit more gore at times, but it is very, very violent at the same time. I do think they could have trimmed the story down a little bit, but overall, shorter or not, I had a pretty good time. I wasn't crazy about the very end of the movie because it kind of leaves it open ended, and I doubt we'll ever get a sequel or anything like that. I would have liked to see something
older people.
yeah, or I'd like to see something more definitive. But again, if we get a sequel, I wouldn't mind it either. And I had a pretty goddamn good time. It's one of the better Netflix movies I've seen in a bit. So and I'm curious to see what else this director does because I'm in for whatever else they do.
Pugs.
Color me impressed by this. I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did. I thought it was going to be good. I just shocked how much I felt invested in the family and the main characters. Because I'll admit the mom at first it bothered the fucking shit out of me. I'm like, you seem like you're the problem, and I will leave that on the table. You guys can make your own judgment. But the rest of the family, I just wanted them to have a nice time. And there's the whole wedding scenario everything was beautiful, and then it just got turned upside down and fucked up, and these creepy old fucks are just destroying things. I had a great time. This is press play, enjoy. Like, I got nothing but praise. Are there some areas that I didn't care for? Sure, could have been shortened up a little bit, but other than that, I like this world, and I would like to see, if not a sequel, and also like a movie that takes place at the same time on another side of the island or another town, because this is fascinating to me.
Yeah. So, Todd, you want to go or you want me to go?
Go for it.
So, yeah, this is a German horror film, if I didn't say that already. It's it really shows sometimes you can accomplish so much just with like some wind and dark rooms, just the sound quality in this, just this creepy, just wind howling on a dark, creepy night like that. It was a scary, I'm just gonna call it zombie-esque movie. And I know they're not zombies, but yeah, that's the kind of the genre, I guess, subgenre I'll put it in.
Night of Living Vegetables.
It was scary. I felt bad for the old people. If you've ever been to, like a sort of retirement home like that, some are very nice, but you go into some, it's super depressing. It was not all that unrealistic walking in there, and I've seen that before, and yeah, they capture the mood very, very well. The lead old man, I believe he is credited just as old man, Gerhard Bose, was really good, really intimidating. Obviously they're possessed by this avenging spirit, so that explains away why they are a physical threat and they can hurt you quite badly. And yeah, it's just tension from beginning to end. I thought they did a really good job. The new wife I thought was really shitty, and I enjoyed her. I enjoyed where things go with her.
That pissed me off, actually. I was like, bitch, I was on your side.
Yeah, I was gonna say up to that point, like, I can understand why you're a little bit bitter. That chase through that narrow corridor towards the end, it's a very suspenseful movie. It's hard to do anything totally new with these sort of zombie type movies, but this felt a little more fresh to me. It's more epic in scope. I don't think this necessarily needed to be like a worldwide thing. They could have just kept it contained to this island, perhaps, but they do choose to go with a bigger scale. The emotional moments worked. The suspense was there from beginning to end, and some great shots. Just when they cut to that old woman who had taken that wedding dress and she was just sitting there humming. Like, I was like, oh man, I was into it. I was surprised. Netflix, more miss than hit lately, but I would consider this one worth your time. How about you, Todd?
Yeah, it's worth your time. I used to work in like an old folks home, convalescent and whatever, so it's like kind of like I don't really want to revisit like old people. No offense to old people.
These are their family. Jerk.
But yeah, it did what it wanted to, and I think it was effective. I just wasn't in the mood for it, but I recognize how good it was.
You had that reaction to another movie that was kind of similar. I can't remember what it was.
Well, maybe it's for the same reasons.
Yeah. No,
Found his soft spot.
Trust me, I fucking get it for sure.
I just want to pick. Can you imagine the action scenes like pick up in like Florida, like 5 years down the line, and they're all like killing you with cars? Like, how fucking awesome would that be? Remember that South Park episode where the old people like they burst?
At least he said
house,
old people,
and then they just drive up the fucking steps and everything. Like, I've got the sequel in my head.
If those old peoples could get on the phone or the computer, you'd be so canceled. They're coming for you. They're going to write a strong worded letter. So where would you rate this one, Kruger?
I was tossed up between a 3.5 and a 4. I'm going to go with a 3.5, but maybe some room to grow.
4.5 out of 5. I loved it.
Nice.
I'm a 4 out of 5. I also really enjoyed this one a lot.
I'm a 3. So
cool.
All right. Cool. Well, I think that's all of our reviews.
We talking Chucky?
Well, I don't. Did we talk about it?
I don't think I have a whole lot to say, so it'll be short. But
if you want to, yeah, go for it. I mean,
light spoiler warnings.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna happen,
but where are you guys at? Because I think Chucky's losing me.
This last episode brought me back. Hulk Chucky was pretty badass.
Benoit Chucky.
And also
now you have to like it, Dad.
Also, I really like the funny Clockwork Orange reference, and then when they're trying to fucking I guess brainwash Chucky to turn him into a normal doll again, and they're showing him all clips of gore and stuff, and like playing death metal music. I was popping pretty fucking hard. I mean, I watched that shit just like cleaning my house fucking all day. So like,
actually, Evil Ed text me is like, they're not gonna break me that way, and I don't think they break you that way either. Like, no. Good time, sign me up.
I love that part. I already brought up Hulk Chucky, and what's the blonde girl's name again? I forget.
Lexi.
I do like some of the stuff they're doing with her character.
She actually has a little more to do, I think.
Yeah, well, and she's sympathetic, you know what I mean? And like, even though she's rough around the edges, like when she finds out her mom lost the election, you could see the look of concern on her face, like, fuck, like, she's actually worried about her, because what if she comes back and her mom killed herself or something like that? Right. And so some of the drama in there's, I'm liking. I'm looking forward to the episode tonight because Glenn and Glenda are coming back, and I'm fucking all about that. So I rough start, but it's bringing me back personally.
I agree with you. It's picking up. It still needs to do a lot more for me to be invested like I was last season. I have a hard time remembering this past episode, and then you just mentioned a part I thought was really, really clever. So, it just needs to do a little more to keep me in, but also it's Chucky. I have to watch it.
Yeah, I feel like it picked up. And I'm actually looking forward, like this week, I'm looking forward to watching tonight's. Not as much as I'm looking forward to the next American Horror Story. But...
Fucking A!
So that's kicked off too. So if you guys haven't checked it out, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. American Horror Story cruising. It's
Mm-hmm.
the shit.
Mhm.
I forgot that was shit. Maybe I got to watch that tonight. I'll make tonight a
No,
TV
yeah.
night.
Yeah, watch it, Dan. You'll
You're gonna, yeah.
I'm just saying, cabinet of curiosities.
that,
Yeah.
Gotta do that too.
Well, those are feature length, aren't they?
No, so the first episode I think was like 35 minutes. Second one was
Okay.
like 45, and then the one I just watched tonight is an hour, and the other one's an hour and 4 minutes, I believe.
All right. And so there's one more, or
No, so there's going to be, I believe, 8 in total. So we have 4 out right now. There's going to be two on Thursday and then 2 on Friday.
all right. Yeah, I thought they were feature length for some reason. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna hurry up and get this.
And they're fucking me over, dude. The Panos Cosmatos one is the last fucking one on Friday. So, like, that's the one I'm most excited about because I'm such a fucking Mandy fan. But
Main event.
yeah,
I think I think I'm gonna catch.
I'm
up
telling
on
you, if you're
shows.
the one thing I'll say, if you're a Lovecraft fan, get on it because some cool shit.
My thing with Chucky at this point, there's some cool shit like the Clockwork Orange homage and everything, the Terminator Chucky. It's not enough to sustain a TV show for me anymore. Like I'm kind of
they're doing stuff different now. I think now that they're trying different things with different Chuckies, it's going to flesh out a TV show. So I'm actually the opposite of where you're at now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm not like it's not awful. Like I need to stop watching this bad. It's just I feel like they're just dragging their heels. I'm not. I think the next episode or the one that's probably airing as we speak is a Fiona Dourif one. So I love her.
Yeah,
and
Tilly.
And Glenn and Glenda.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll see if that injects any.
I'm really looking forward to that.
yeah. I don't know. I don't see it going to season 3 unless they really end.
I think
strong.
we'll get a 3, but that might be our last one.
Yeah,
because we'll see though. But anyway, okay.
Just one last thought. I think they got to pull like Fear the Walking Dead and get a new cast in there if they want to keep going.
Well, you don't have to pull that. You just introduce new characters.
Yeah.
Fear the Walking Dead like kind of screwed everyone. Like I was finally enjoying that cast, and then they just fucking said "fuck you." It doesn't matter. So I'm 100% against that. But anyway, do we have spoilers, sir?
No. I think we talked about everything enough.
All right. On that note, Dan, what are we gonna do next?
So, guys, first off, actually, shout out to Story Sparks, a new subscriber.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Has a channel as well, Story Sparks, as it sounds. So go throw Story Sparks a sub as well. We appreciate it. So the party continues. Patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. We're gonna hang out a little while, just shoot the shit. Probably talk a little bit about our next tournament as well. We'll give you a peek behind the curtain.
Early horror pack unboxing.
Early horror pack unboxing, which we'll be doing that as well on Patreon. And Todd apparently was violated or something. I don't know.
No means no.
So Todd's gonna explain what that's all about on the Patreon as well. So it all starts at just $1. We appreciate your support very much.
And Dave will tell us how he was violated at Scarefest also.
I didn't get violated.
You say violated. He had the time of his life.
Might have fallen asleep once or twice. I don't know what.
Caesar did that too.
Bill Cosby.
Still hears it.
So anyways, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. Catch us over there. Also keep an eye out. We're getting towards the end of October. We've had content every day. So if you've missed any episodes, go back. There is a ton of stuff. /Tober, if you watched our hazing episode, that's got pretty heated. So go check that out.
And there's still 2 more episodes.
Still 2 more episodes to come tomorrow. Well, and we also have our Hellraiser franchise show coming up on Halloween. So that being said, we'll see you over on Patreon. Good night, guys.
Good evening.
Happy Halloween, motherfuckers.
I'll see you in Disneyland if it happened.